Hi, everybody. Today we had a very good interview with Mr. Brian, my attorney friend. Mr. Brian, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Welcome, everyone. I'm here with attorney Brian from Valdez, Edinburgh, PLLC. After graduating fifth in the class and law school, attorney Brian started the Fair Valdez, remember. Uh,
Parenting. It's tough. I know.
Yeah. So with your wife, Miss Mariana. So now we have a very good program. Please, everybody, share the video. If you have any question, you can call for the telephone. The telephone number is 214-915-8835. 214-915-8835. Uh, Mr. Brian, you are so young but so professional, and, and I'm very happy with this interview with you because we have a lot of people, Hispanic people, no Hispanic people, all the people sometimes, especially immigrant. We need the very good information, and we need one lawyer like you. So this is the reason because we have a question today, and we have very good program. So thank you for your time today.
Absolutely, no problem. I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. Okay, Mr. Brian, Attorney Brian, what is the significant misdemeanor and why are they important to DACA?
So everyone, DACA is a big thing right now. Everyone's talking about it because it's been reinstated. And when they talk about it, they always mention the requirements. They always mention the continual presence, when you have to be here, how old you have to be, things like that. But what they gloss over a lot of the time is the criminal aspect of it. In order to qualify for DACA, you cannot have a felony, a significant misdemeanor, or 3 non-significant misdemeanors. Now, the term significant misdemeanor is a legal term, and it has its own definition that's written in. And basically what it means is it's a misdemeanor that involves either domestic violence, sexual abuse, unlawful possession or use of a firearm, drug sales, or distribution or trafficking of drugs, burglary, or driving under the influence, whether it's with alcohol or drugs. It also includes any other misdemeanor, so sometime that you spent less than a year in jail, where you spent over 90 days in jail. Now, it's not going to count if you got any type of suspended sentence. You actually have to, be actually in jail for the 90 days. But they would be considered what's called a significant misdemeanor. And this would cause you to have what's called a criminal bar in DACA. And that it would basically what it does is it makes it harder for you to get it. It almost automatically just stops it, absent exceptional circumstances. Exceptional circumstances, again, is its own legal term, and it's, at a case-by-case basis up to DHS. And I will say that they are very rarely approved. So most of the time it will stop someone from getting DACA. The other thing to think about are the ones that are called the non-significant misdemeanors. And that's any other misdemeanor and you 3 or more. And that's why they're important to DACA, because if you get one or a conviction of one, then it could really hurt your case.
Well, very, very good information. So it's possible for someone with multiple misdemeanor to the event obtain of DACA?
The short answer is possibly yes. It goes into kind of what I was talking about, right? There, with every rule comes exceptions in the law. And so take the 3 non-significant misdemeanor rules, right? Again, what that means is if you have 3 misdemeanors that are not considered the significant, things that don't involve DWIs, possession, stuff like that, then you would be what gets the criminal bar. However, there are exceptions to that. And one is if these multiple misdemeanors happen in the same occurrence, like same transaction, or on the same day, then they're considered one. So even if they're technically 5 on paper, it could be 1 misdemeanor in regard to non-significant misdemeanors. Other exceptions include traffic offenses. So like speeding is not going to keep you from getting DACA, or juvenile delinquencies, something that happened when you were under the age of 18, or expunged convictions. if you have something that can be expunged off your record, even if it is one of these significant misdemeanors, it will not count as an automatic bar. Now, that being said, you will not, even though you don't trigger the automatic criminal bars, they still can look at them in the public safety threat and totality of the circumstances. Basically, the easy way to say that is DHS will still take them into consideration, but they won't completely exclude you from getting DACA.
Excellent. So, what is the expungement?
So an expungement, which I was talking about, is one of the exceptions here today that will actually stop you from being automatically barred. In the most basic sense of an expungement, what it does is it destroys the physical file and makes it where they can't really search the conviction very well. It's supposed to be taken off your record. You can't look for it, things of that nature. Now, like expungements and other things in the law, they have their own legal definition.
Taken off your record, you can't look for it, things of that nature.
And so that is its own issue. They all, like I was saying, they have their own legal definitions. And before I get into the definition of expungements, I would like to get into the definitions of a conviction, because a state conviction is different than an immigration conviction. A state conviction, you basically have to be convicted on paper, right? The best way to explain this is with some type of example. So say someone was arrested for a simple possession of marijuana, and they have a criminal attorney who isn't versed in immigration law, or they're not like us. So what happens is they get the offer for what's called pretrial deferment. Pretrial deferment is a very, very common plea offer for someone with their first offense. And in this example, let's say that's the case. So you get pretrial deferment, you take a class, you pay probation fees, you do community service, and then it's dismissed. So for the statewide, you're not convicted. For state, you are it's just over, right? However, for immigration, you are considered to have a conviction, because anytime you have to do something you wouldn't normally do, pay a probation fee or take a class on drugs, that is considered a conviction. So that is a benefit, actually. It doesn't quite sound like it, but it is, because it allows certain convictions in the immigration sense to be expunged. Because in Texas, for something to be eligible for expungement, you either have to have been never charged for the crime or the arrest, or it was a misdemeanor juvenile offense, or the case was ultimately dismissed, which would be the case for a pretrial deferment. It would be considered ultimately dismissed. So you could actually expunge a simple possession if it meets the other qualifications, and it won't count as a significant misdemeanor, and it won't be an automatic bar. Moreover, another way to get something expunged has to do with having the conviction later acquitted in either trial or a trial in the Court of Criminal Appeals. Basically, it gets appealed in a way to actually show that it didn't happen. That, again, is why you need an attorney like us. Say you didn't go to us first for your actual criminal case. And it's already been said and done, and you weren't aware, and you did the pretrial dismissal and things of that nature. Well, there is a specific amount of time. Every case is different, so you'd have to call us and we can see, but there's a little window you got where you can appeal it. And if the facts are in your favor and it gets appealed and acquitted, maybe it can be expunged as well. And that can also open the door for DACA. It's a very fact-based thing, and everybody's case is different, but it's always a possibility. So that's the benefit of expungements.
Wow, excellent. I really like the information, especially because immigration, in many cases, we need the criminal law to, with Valdez, Ehrenberg, we have the package. It's perfect package, perfect with you and your wife, the attorney Mariana.
Absolutely. And before I go, Diego, I just want to, kind of brush on something that's a little off topic today, but it's always beneficial to think about. And what that is certain habeas corpus. And what that means is it's an appellate level tool that you can use to throw out cases that you may have not known that you needed these types of immigration things. And those are also things to look into. And again, they're very fact heavy, but there's a lot of stuff you can do on appeal that can be beneficial to you.
Excellent. We're talking today about the immigration criminal law with the attorney Brian. You never know what you may qualify for. So call the attorney Brian and Mariana to see if they will able to help you. The telephone number is 214-915-8835, 214-915-8835. Attorney Brian, thank you very much for this information, for your time. Before we leave, do you have any other message for the audience?
No, it's a very simple one, and it's just say no to notarios and make sure you go to an actual attorney. A notario, they're not the same as they are here in Mexico compared to here. They don't know all the facts and they don't know all the law. You want to make sure you go to an attorney that's willing to put in the work and actually search your case and find the gold in the mountain.
Excellent. Everybody, if you need any legal help for the immigration criminal law, please call to the attorney Brian and attorney Mariana of the Valdez and Ehrenberg. The telephone number is too easy. 214-915-8835, 214-915-8835. You can find it on the Facebook, the social media, on the Facebook, and also on the YouTube channel. So if you need more info, we have different programs, so you can find it on the social media. So thank you very much, Mr. Brian, and we'll see you the next time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for your time. Please share the program and comment. And if you need any help, call to the 214-915-8835, 214-915-8835. Thank you. See you next time.